Storm.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Fight Night Chicago podcast, sponsored by Village Roadhouse in Skokie, Illinois. And we're coming to you live from Black Eagle Chicago here in Chicago.
Yep.
And we have a really great card going on tonight with Dricus Du Plessis versus Strickland 2 for UFC 312.
We got the prelims going on in the background right now.
Prelims are going on right now
as we speak. I see it right here.
Exactly. We got a really great card tonight and a really great interview tonight with the owner of Black Eagle. But we're going to get started with some of the card that's going on tonight. What we got?
We got the main event. Let's just straight up. Let's go right into the meat of it, man.
Mm-hmm. We
got Zhang Suarez.
So with that, Suarez is 11-0. That's my pick to win. She is the favorite to win.
Yep.
With Zhang being the underdog, that's kind of rare to see considering she's the champion.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
You don't
see it too often where the champion is the underdog. I don't know. I personally think Zhang. I want to see Zhang win.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a lengthy title run. She's having a good job. But it's so close though, in my opinion. I don't know who's gonna take it. I saw Suarez is 11-0.
Yep.
Suarez is older though. She's not as active.
She's not
as active. But that idea though, where you can end your career, because she's on the tail end. She's not.
Yeah.
She's not too young. So I could see where she's gonna want that title. She want that W and take it from there. But I do think though that Zhang is gonna do a lot of the same things that she did last time, and I do think though personally, 4th round submission. I don't know who yet.
Well, I'm taking Suarez. She's 11-0 for a reason. 11-0 for a reason. So she's been winning fights and she's been taking out fighters. So I got her winning. I'll take it second round.
Second round?
No, third round knockout.
Third round knockout.
Third round knockout.
Oh man, third round knockout. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good because last time we saw them, Zhang got the choke and the bell save. That was crazy.
Yeah, she's a really great fighter. I would love to take Zhang, but I will take Suarez due to the undefeated record. She's a little bit, she's younger than Zhang if I'm not mistaken. But I can see Suarez pulling this out.
Okay, whatever the case is, fireworks. It's going to be a good time. Another belt is going on the line tonight.
Yep.
Follow Fight Night Chicago. Follow Fight Night Chicago podcast. We'll do watch parties all over the place, man. Yep. You guys can see us record live. We can meet you guys. We can talk fights with you guys.
Be on camera with us. Canelo, Terrence Crawford just got announced. So be on the watch out for a big watch party for that too. For sure.
The Skull mandatory is going to happen first.
Yeah, I just saw William Skull. Yeah, we talked about that the last episode.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
So William Skull.
It's been a lot going on though. I want to see paper. I want to see contracts signed.
There's been a lot going on with that. But I'm glad he's not fighting Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad he's not fighting Jake Paul. I would have been disappointed. I would have never watched Canelo fight again.
It's pretty crazy. I think he uses his leverage though. We talked about that too. He got paid. There's money, dude. Money talks. But speaking of big fights, Strickland Du Plessis.
Yeah, rematch.
You think
Strickland?
You taking Strickland?
I'm taking Strickland by decision.
Why?
Me personally, I think he should have won the last fight. Strickland is my guy. I don't know him personally, but his mom actually likes a lot of stuff I post about him. Actually, yeah. I can show you. Yeah,
hey, we're famous.
She likes a lot of stuff I post. With the Strickland fight, she likes a lot of my stuff. So, so shout out to Mama Strickland.
Yeah,
but I'm taking Strickland tonight.
I think Du Plessis keeps it. I think the first fight. Don't get me wrong. That first fight was close.
Yeah,
first fight was very close. I can see where you're coming from, where the cut was a headbutt. Yeah. I can see where the judges sort of may have decided that. 5 rounds though, 25 minutes. You learn a lot.
Yeah.
You learn a lot. And then 25 minutes, the 25 minutes after that, it was a submission win against
was it Izzy?
Yeah, against Izzy. I'm tweaking. Yeah. Against Izzy. Okay. So Du Plessis has gotten a lot of experience.
Yeah.
These past couple fights, and I think that's going to play a factor. I think he might. I won't say he'll figure out Strickland because Strickland does a great job with the takedowns. He does a great job with the Philly shell. He does a great job moving forward. But I think Du Plessis has got his number, and I could see Du Plessis by decision today.
Okay. I mean, if it happens, it happens. Du Plessis is a great fighter.
Du Plessis is a great fighter.
I'm taking Strickland because I think he should have won the last one, but Du Plessis is a great fighter. So.
Great fighter. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think the beginning of the card is gonna be a little faster than the end. I think the end's gonna be a little bit more technical, a little slower, and we're gonna see a couple decisions at the end, or late submissions. Whatever the case is. After this though,
Chimaev is the mandatory for whoever wins this.
Dude, we're gonna get a new champ.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're gonna get a new champ.
Yeah, for sure. When Strickland wins this fight tonight, Chimaev's
gonna walk through him, dude.
It's gonna be a first rounder.
I I think it's going to be Duplessis, Chimaev, and I think it's going to be a war.
Yeah, I think so
it's going to
too.
be
long as Chimaev can stay healthy.
That's true. He's been working really hard though. He's been dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I'm a big Chimaev fan. I hope nothing but the best for him. Was he a Wolfpack guy? That's what it's like. Dude, he's a great guy. I saw a documentary recently about him. A lot of the stuff he did was for his mother.
Yeah.
He loved that man. Love that, big mama's boy.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great night tonight. We look forward to it. Make sure you guys keep in tune. You're ready for our interview with the owner of Black Eagle Chicago, Ali. We're going to be interviewing him and talk about some UFC, and he has some big news for you guys too. All right?
Yeah, exclusive.
Exclusive.
Oh,
Get the exclusive here tonight.
That's why you got to watch all our videos, man. That's why you got to like, share, subscribe. Like I said, watch parties, join us. All right?
Come out, support, come out and have some fun. Get some free merch. Get some information from us. Just be on the show. We are live here at Black Eagle Chicago, and we have a special guest to bring on. Please welcome our 10-year military veteran and also owner of the Black Eagle Chicago. Welcome Ali to the show, everybody.
Welcome, man.
Welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Great spot. I love coming here. I came here for the John Jones fight. Showed me a lot of love, so I do appreciate that. Food's amazing here. Main question is, how did you get started?
Oh wow. Prior to my ownership, a friend of mine owned right before COVID. He had opened up for 7 months, and then we lost him. And then, went along and managed the estate, and then that's when the family approached me and said, we want to get rid of it and sell the property and the business, and do you have any interest? No, it's COVID.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah.
Buy a bar, they said.
Yeah.
Okay, I did it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
How's owning a bar life? How is that?
Bar life is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm not part of any large restaurant group or bar group. I'm an individual owner. Blessed to have, obviously I'm the landlord that I have in these tough times. It's a very competitive business, especially in the sports bar industry. It was something new that I jumped into. I had been in the culinary side of the house. That was years ago. Server, etc. But managing your own business, let alone a bar that's this size, is not easy. The industry is quite a bit different from when I first started in there.
Yeah.
In those times as well. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, and I'm always up for a challenge. And this was it. Did it knock me out quite a few times?
Yeah.
We got back up every time, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure. And then what made you start showing UFC? What was it about UFC that made you want to show at the bar?
What was about UFC? I mean, I always liked combat sports.
Okay.
Right.
You a UFC guy or you a boxing guy?
I'm more a UFC guy.
More UFC guy?
More
Okay.
UFC guy, right? I grew up with boxing, obviously a lot of us did, and then UFC took over. I think that's more the dominant sport now in combat sports.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But what really got me to showing it was the fact that it is an investment. And when you make an investment, you don't know how well you're going to do. Given the fact that it's always a roller coaster ride in my business, I have competitors that are very close to me in this area as well, and they're all doing pretty much the same thing. So it's like, okay, what makes me different than the other? I don't know. Personality, the people that work here, right? The fact that we try to do things a little different, that kind of helps out. That brings us a little bit of a crowd. That gives us some of our regulars that we have now.
Yeah.
I heard the barbecue brings in a lot of people.
The barbecue does.
Yeah.
It's got its times. It's got its times when it does really well.
I haven't eaten all day. I haven't eaten all day. I'm excited.
Okay, well,
I'm excited
I got
to
a
try
lot of
this
barbecue ready, so you guys better be hungry.
I got you.
All right, because you're going to eat it all. No, but showing the UFC, it was an investment. I wanted to make it. I wanted to take that step. I wanted to differentiate. And there wasn't a lot of bars in the area actually doing this.
Correct.
And so I decided to jump in, and I've been doing this just over a year now. This past January was a year, so this is just going over a year.
Well, you have the setup for it though. There's TVs everywhere. It's a really nice space.
Yes, it is.
Really nice place.
Thank you, appreciate it.
However, though, we understand that there's some big news.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have some big news.
What is it? Let's go.
This is going to be our final week of showing UFC, unfortunately. And the reason being for that is I've sold, and I'm moving on to further my career. I work outside. I'm in banking outside of this, so I have a full-time job, and I travel quite a bit. I'm on the road.
Wow.
So I'm going to have a very limited amount of time to manage and be an owner-operator. And two, change direction a little bit. So one door closes, per se. It's not a bad close. I'm actually selling.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm shuttering the business and walking away from it. to move on to a different venture, which is a coffee shop.
Okay.
Dude, I love coffee.
And then you have a
I do
special
too.
guest to bring on to introduce this coffee shop.
I do. My partner, friend, Beste. Come on. in.
Come on in.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, great. So yeah, we plan to open the coffee shop with my sister. The original plan was that. She's a foreigner too, and she's gonna come here and work with us. Hopefully,
Okay.
eventually. But yeah, last minute I heard that Ali was willing to close the bar, so I was like, why don't you invest in our business?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And
That's a good
support
business.
us. So yeah, I mean, coffee shop business is always gonna work,
Uh-huh.
especially in Chicago. People love
Oh, yeah.
local coffee shops than the chains.
Yes.
So yeah.
What kind of coffee shop are you thinking of opening? Do you guys have a name yet? Do you guys have a location?
Yeah, everything is ready. Actually, we are a little bit late of opening. We had some delays, City of Chicago.
Permits. Yeah.
Permits, inspections,
You learned a lot about that when you started, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just to obtain the liquor license, it was 50 million and one questions. I was very lucky to obtain the attorney that I did to help me out with this process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No liquor license for this shop, though, right? This is the coffee shop.
Not yet.
Not
Hey,
yet,
they
but
could
we
be.
are planning
okay.
actually.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Okay, have some liquor.
So-
Have some
Was it Irish
was-
coffee?
Was the Baileys and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be amazing.
We should have espresso martini, I think so.
Okay.
So the name is Society,
Okay.
Society Coffee, and we would love to use it if people love it as Soko.
Okay.
It's on 1816 North Wells Street, and that street doesn't have much around, so people are really like waiting for us to open.
That's smart.
Okay.
and we
Smart
are
investment.
feeling really bad that we are
Yeah,
late.
That's nice.
Oh, well, everything in its phases. You guys
Yeah.
are working hard. You guys are. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah.
ready to check it out. My wife loves coffee.
Yeah.
I'm excited to check it out. We'll definitely support you guys. Put it up there. Maybe we'll shoot a show there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love if you'd have us. We'd love to do a pod
Yeah.
episode there.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Let's do it. You guys are never gonna get rid of me now. I love coffee. My girlfriend loves coffee. I'm gonna try the espresso martini. You guys are gonna have to kick me out.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want to kick anybody out. Nobody wants to get kicked out. I mean, yeah, just come on in, sit down, enjoy. Just keep buying coffee, pastries. See, the one thing made me want to go into this business with her was the fact that not investing in per se the coffee business. Right. I know nothing about coffee.
Right.
I know Colombia, Turkey, other countries, Ethiopia, they have coffee. Great.
Right.
And everybody praises their own. I know nothing about the coffee business.
Yeah.
I know about people, and investing in the right person is definitely what I'm doing here. I'm not
Exactly.
investing in a business. I'm investing in the person. So
For sure.
Beste is also a pastry chef.
Okay. Oh, so we're gonna have
And
pastries
she's
there.
opened and
I'm never
managed
leaving
quite
now.
a few very, very higher end coffee shops and pastries here in Chicago, and so that's what
You guys have the script. You guys
you got
have
it
the
all set.
experience. You guys have the pastry chef, the coffee connoisseurs. It's gonna be amazing.
Now, have you throw barbecue in there? I'm never leaving.
right. Yeah, morning pastries with brisket.
Hey, you never know.
Breakfast brisket sandwich doesn't sound half
Doesn't
bad.
sound bad.
Doesn't sound
Oh,
half bad.
A little bit of jalapeno and egg on there too.
Yeah,
right?
see, you got it all together.
Man.
See, call it the fight night sandwich.
Oh, you're making me want to turn this place into a brunch house now. Selling it.
That's it. That's you got it. Well, we look forward to seeing the coffee shop open, and we look forward to seeing what you guys bring to the coffee business, and we'll definitely support you guys for sure.
Thank you very much,
Thank
guys.
you.
I
Thank
appreciate you guys coming out and definitely supporting our
No,
business.
we got some more questions for you.
Oh, do you?
We got some more
Oh,
questions
yeah.
for you.
All right,
So we'll
right
get back
on.
into some UFC.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And we can't wait for that coffee shop to
Thanks.
open.
For sure.
I can't either, believe it or
Yeah.
not. I really can't either. It's definitely a work in progress. It's not easy. I bought a business, and I bought and moved into a turnkey operation. And from what I see with the coffee shop, she designed and is building out from ground zero, from scratch, from nothing.
Yeah.
And if you really think that just buying a business and walking in and turning the key and it's going to operate, no, this is difficult. And seeing what she's gone through and what she's going through, being just assisting and investing in this business little by little here and there. I see the challenges,
Yeah.
and everybody I talk to is like, oh, you have an expediter for this, an expediter for that, and it's just like, why would I even need this?
Yeah.
Why do I even have to get to that point? But
Right.
it's understandable. And there's so many businesses that are open and closing that you want somebody that's going to be able to help you navigate that
Right.
process.
I think your experience with this venture here is definitely going to help out though. I think it's you like you said, you got the people with experience already. You know the ins and outs of the industry. Granted, it's coffee is different than a bar, but at the same time, it's not. You want people in the door. You want people to buy your product.
Exactly.
And then being military too, you got that strong mindset too.
Yeah,
You never give up.
very strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that can help you and hurt you too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I guess it's got that resiliency, the
Yeah.
perseverance, the drive, intestinal fortitude. There's so many things you can call it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it can also hurt you. I mean, your own pride and everything else can also be the same thing that
Yeah.
sinks your ship.
But you already see that though. You gotta give yourself props in the fact that it's already in front of you. You realize that can be something that can stop you. But that takes a lot, a lot of experience to sort of see that.
There's in anything and everything in life, sometimes you get fed up and you want to quit and you want to just give up. Right?
Yeah.
And there were times when I first bought this business and I opened up the doors. I sat at the end of this bar here and just wondering what the hell was going through my mind when I bought this business.
Yeah.
Watching people go by and rush hour traffic, etc. And then you look at the clock, it's 2:00, and not one person has come into your
Yeah.
business. And still, this was the tail end of COVID. Right?
Yeah.
It's like that. And there are still days where that happens,
Yeah.
not just in my bar, but I drive around and I see other bars like that too, where it's like nobody's walked in all day and all afternoon, and then 10 o'clock you get 5-10 people show
Yeah,
up.
for sure.
Just like out of nowhere. So it's like, how do we operate and how do we, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So, but to your point, yes, I did see that, that my own pride could stand in my own way.
Yeah.
And it could harm me. And so if I want to have a future, I needed to walk away.
Of course.
And, maybe give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
at doing
Right.
this, and it'd be a lot more fair for the industry and the people that want to work in the industry.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I got you.
Well, your barbecue will be missed. I'll tell you that much. How'd you get started with that?
Oh man, I'm actually gonna throw out another business name and information as well, and I'm not
Okay,
trying to
go
but
ahead.
there's a
Plug
friend
it
of
in.
mine who's also a chef. He opened up a cocktail bar, cocktail lounge in Edgewater. It's
Okay.
in the old Edgewater Beach Hotel.
Okay.
55 Sheridan, I think, or Bryn Mawr.
Okay.
I think it's 55 Sheridan. It's that big pink building at Bryn
Okay.
Mawr and Sheridan. One day I'm sitting there and he goes, "Hey dude," he goes, "You closed your kitchen because I understand the decision you made for that. You weren't selling a lot of food. It didn't really matter. You opened only for the events." He goes, "Have you ever thought of barbecue?" It's like, man, I know nothing about being a pit master.
Yeah.
I grill a lot. It's different throwing a steak on a grill, right?
Yeah.
So I got a smoker. Put a smoker in the kitchen, moved the fryer out of the way, and underneath my hood, there I go. I started to smoke. And I started with last year, the Super Bowl. It was the first attempt. Did okay. And then there was a UFC, and then a couple other events after that. And it just started to pick up. And I had all my friends come in, and they're like, "This is great. This is amazing. You did a great job."
Yeah.
And so from there, I just went on. I'm following all these other guys, that are doing all this other great barbecue in Texas and Kansas City. I travel quite extensively for my day job, my corporate gig. And so I'm always in Kansas City. And so to try some of their stuff out, and I was right on par with them. I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So I did it. Was it something I wanted to expand? Yeah, I did have the thought in my mind that maybe I can expand this and turn this place around a little different venture.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then things took a turn. I got a promotion at work. Things.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate it. It was well deserved and waited for.
Of course.
Good.
Took a while, but got it. I said, I got to move into this. Let me finish up my career, and then when the time comes, I can always go back to barbecue.
Yeah.
And maybe once the coffee shop is open, from there we can move on to do the barbecue and do
Yeah.
something different. We were just talking about that a little bit ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you talk about that too. Like, did anyone teach you? Were you self-taught, or was it just like something that just came along? Or?
So years ago, I did go to culinary school, right?
Okay.
And this is back in 2005. I worked a little bit in the kitchen. Nothing great, nothing too, drastic. Got some really good experience from some really good chefs that I worked with. Did work at Disney for a little bit, and that was a fun experience. Very, very high volume. And serving 1,000 people from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. in a full-service restaurant.
Wow.
That's that. Very small kitchen too. It was something I really liked, and the barbecue. I think it was just more that I was able to comprehend and understand
Yeah.
the process.
It's real science.
Yeah.
It is a science,
Yeah.
man. You know, she's a pastry chef. I hated making a pastry in culinary school. I love meat. I love fish. I love, foreign influence. I can't do pastries. That's a science, but this definitely was a science.
Yeah.
Time, temperature, controls, the wait time, the rest time,
Amount of smoke.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the amount of smoke that you want to put in that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard too because you got to look at outside temperature and inside temperature. And
Yeah.
you cook it at the right temp too to make
I'm just
it
worried about the
perfect.
temperature when I get it, so it's hot. I want to eat it, man.
And that's the thing with barbecue. That's a challenge, right? You get barbecue. How many times you sit down at a barbecue joint and the barbecue's been cold?
Yeah.
By the time it gets from the tray or the smoker to the table,
Right. And it's one thing too because that's what stood out to me too about this spot. A lot of people just serve wings, pizza, fries. And stuff. Barbecue is rare to see, especially when you're showing UFC fights as well too. So that's what stood out. to me.
There's you get a lot of messages from a lot of different spots. There's not a lot of spots that do what you do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to experience it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, for sure.
definitely want you guys to experience it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let everybody know about it. And maybe one day when I do venture off into the barbecue arena, I'll give you guys a call back, throw up a couple TVs, throw some UFC on.
Yeah, for
go
sure.
eat some
We
barbecue
gonna
and
make
drink
it
some beer.
Yeah.
I don't want to shy away from it. Unfortunately, this is going to be our last weekend, like I mentioned. It hurts me more to say that. It's a bittersweet challenge.
Yeah.
Right? That I'm now taking on, obviously, this coffee shop and walking away from this business. I put a lot of heart and soul here.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can totally tell. You can totally tell that
Right now,
you
you're probably seeing a lot of that deteriorating. I will be very honest. I'm very modest. I don't like to gloat, but yeah, a lot of heart and soul. And it's
Yeah.
not just me. The people that have worked here over time.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of great people that have come through. And if it wasn't for them, this place wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
These doors would have shut down a long time ago.
Yeah.
My staff, my personnel, all over time, all great people.
Yeah, for sure. I can tell. I love it here.
Yeah, and you could, like you said, it's from one journey to the next.
Yeah.
You're making a smart business decision. You're going on to your next venture. It's gonna go great. We're gonna, like I said, we'll spot out there.
Yeah.
We'll do a tour of the spot when it's open.
Yeah.
And we'll drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah, for sure. And then we're gonna get back to UFC. What's your favorite UFC moment you experienced at working here? Give me a crazy story.
I forget which UFC that was, but that was that one night where you had Pereira. You had so many people, like so many great fighters
It
fight.
had to be 300.
300.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was 300.
300
It
is
was
insane.
300. Thank you. That was insane. That was just knockout after knockout, and it was just nothing but. It was good fighting and good
Yeah.
showmanship and good sportsmanship. All around to a point. You got to be happy when you get a knockout, right?
You do.
So
You do.
I can
That
see-
last minute knockout by Holloway,
that was good.
amazing.
That was great.
Probably one of the best ones I've seen.
And believe it or not, during these fights, I'm most of the time in the kitchen. So whenever a main event is happening or there's a good knockout, I hear it. I come out. I always see the replay.
Yeah.
And the after effects. I don't see it live. Everybody's
Right.
already gone through their
Yeah.
happy time and having. They're screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I'm just like, wow, that was good. And I
Yeah.
walk back in the kitchen. I got like 10 orders waiting for me. So, so it's a good time.
To be around that kind of energy though it's a really good time.
It is. Every time I come out and I see this place full and I see people enjoying themselves, I try to check in with my guests, our tables.
He does do that,
See
yeah.
how everything's going. If they don't like something, give it back to me. Don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Let me make it right.
Right.
I'm a big fan of making it right for my guests if I can. I didn't get into this business to be a millionaire. I did this to get the energy, to give energy to
Right.
people and have them enjoy it. And that I feed off of that a lot.
Right.
I feed off of that quite a bit. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It's motivating.
And I love to see it too. And for an up and coming person that wants to open maybe like a bar for UFC, like how much does it cost? How much does it cost to license the event? What's the revenue looking like when you have to spend the money to do it?
I'm going to give you guys some numbers and just give you an example. I bought very bare minimum product, and I'm just in inventory bringing in just for this weekend. I'm talking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the Super Bowl. It was very light. That was $3,000 in inventory. Just inventory alone. That's not including staffing, your electricity, your gas, all the other overhead charges that you have.
Yeah.
The UFC is another $1,000 on top of that, roughly, right? I'm just rounding up. It's like a few dollars short.
Yeah.
If you subscribe, it's one way. If you don't subscribe, it's another. They try to give you a little bit of a discount if you're subscription based, but it goes based off your capacity too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have a very large capacity. I have a decent sized space, but not a huge capacity of numbers on the wall, and that really keeps the cost down for me for the UFC fights. So that was another selling point for the UFC for me was, I've done this for 4 years or 3 years in the bar business. Never showed UFC. Let me try showing it. What are my incentives? This is it. The end result, the revenue, you're either up or down, plus or minus on it, and it's not a huge return. The industry itself doesn't have a big return.
Yeah.
The best of the best is probably about 20-25%. The average, you're looking at maybe 5-10% in return annually. So it's a little more than what the airlines make. It's like 3%, I think.
Gotcha.
What are some of your current favorite fighters right now in the UFC?
I like Jones.
Okay.
Okay. Strickland. He's not too big of a favorite, but I favor him. He fights under our flag. He fights for America.
Yeah.
So I'll give him that. Give him credit. And he is a fighter. And he works hard. He's one of my favorites. I won't mention another name that used to be a favorite a long time ago.
That's the next one. Go ahead, bring it up. Bring up your past.
Bring up my past. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. It was the Irishman, Connor.
Oh man.
But man, that man changed so much. He went from humble to I don't even know what to say. He might have seen me on the street and beat my ass one day. But
Money does that to you, though. When you get that much money
and fame,
money, glory, all of that. He worked so hard. He changed the game, though.
Yeah.
He changed how the UFC, stars want to be. You got a sugar shirt right now.
That's my guy.
He's chasing that sort of glory. He's trying to become, sort of like the next Conor McGregor-ish.
Yeah.
Because there is sort of a script. Whereas about trying to follow it.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to that double champ status that Conor McGregor did. So you got to give him his props where they're due. Granted, you're right. He has changed a lot.
Yeah.
He has changed a lot.
Yeah, so he was definitely a past favorite. I don't really have an actual one fighter favorite right now. I see a lot of the Russian, Dagestan fighters coming up, a lot of Chechen fighters coming up, a lot of Uzbek, and we'll see how that goes. I think they're becoming more of a dominant force in the Asian continents here in UFC.
Yeah.
And I'm
wrestling
very
style.
exactly, and I'm very interested in seeing how the sport's going to change in the coming years for that.
I feel like in the coming years, there's going to be a style that will solve that puzzle of the Dagestan wrestler. The fights adapt. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was on top for so long.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how the sport is adapting. It's interesting to see how we're getting homegrown guys and girls from the Dana White Contender Series now. And there are so many local shows. It's branching out to other parts of the world. We have Georgian UFC fighters now. We got Tapuera. We got
a lot of Brazilian fighters.
A lot of Brazilian fighters. So that is going to change one day. And what's beautiful about it is if you follow along, you see the journey that it happens. You saw McGregor owning the world. You saw his downfall, and you're seeing now how Dagestan is sort of taking over.
Yeah, it's definitely changed from back in the Gracie's time period. But even if you look at going back to the old Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style, the military in the last 20-25 years have changed their hand-to-hand combat fighting techniques and based it off Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of the training that I had, even just in basic training, just going through it, was learn how to shrimp, learn how to get in the guard, get out of the guard. I'm watching it right now on TV here. It's not on behind me, but it is over there. Once you get in the guard, that's it. It's all fun and games, but seeing that and then how the Dagestan fighters are fighting, it looks very similar, but it's not. It's not. It's very overwhelming.
It could be a lot. It could be a lot. Yeah, it is. Before we get up out of here, we're going to go with tonight's main event. We got Duplessis versus Strickland. Strickland coming in with the staph infection. He saw it on his arm.
Confirmed?
It was
Yeah,
confirmed
was
as
that?
staph infection.
Hey, it was
He
looking
got-
pretty nasty,
Yeah,
but
he got it cleaned up. They showed a video earlier.
Okay.
He got it cleaned up.
Okay.
Who we taking tonight? Who we got?
I got Strickland. I'll take Strickland for tonight.
Okay, decision, knockout.
Probably have to be a decision.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's-
it's gonna be.
that's
I don't think it's
same
gonna be a knockout.
Okay.
They're both good fighters. I think Duplessis definitely gets down to the ground. Once he's on the ground, he gets a hold of him. That's it. You know, he's got a constrictor.
You got to give Strickland
kinda
his props. So
hold.
he
Yeah.
does have that wrestling. You know, he has a
Exactly.
defense. He does have it. We saw the last fight.
Good base.
Duplessis couldn't take him down too frequently.
Yeah.
That they did turn it into a brawl. Both of you guys are Team Strickland.
Of course.
I feel like outnumbered right now, but
Just pick Strickland and we can fix that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. You gotta go one way, man. That's it.
Yeah, we just fix
that
that.
mustache is gonna be the difference.
Yeah,
that
see?
mustache is gonna be the difference that he has
He
now.
came in. I think he took down weight. Said staph infection, but he cleared that up. But it's looking good though. It's looking good.
I think it's going to be a great fight regardless. I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
I think the 25 minutes that they've already fought prepared them for tonight, and I think we're going to see a different kind of fight. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do think that it might be a little bit more technical. It might be a little bit more safer on either one end or the other. But I can see the argument for Strickland 100%.
Yeah.
It's not like a wash or
I
anything
wouldn't
like
be mad
that.
if Dracus won, but I'm still taking Strickland.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good night. Good night here. Excited to try the food. Excited for some drinks with some friends. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah,
No, I
thank you, Ali,
appreciate
for
you guys.
having us. Man, you've been showing love this entire time. Great guy, met him the first time again. The John Jones match. Showed a lot of love, a lot of support, and I thank you for it.
No, thank you guys. You know, we talked about doing this about a month ago, and you know, this being my last weekend, I didn't want to cancel the podcast, the show here tonight. I wanted to continue and let it go on. You know, I wanted you guys to be able to ask what you guys wanted to ask and
Yeah.
talk and get this happening here. I'm greatly appreciative of the support that you've given me in
Yeah, of course.
just the last, 60 days that we've met, 60 or so days that we've met. And, you know, you visiting us the last fight that we've had here.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to work with everybody, to be able to show the fights, to have our guests come in, and to be able to serve the community here as well. And thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, anytime.
Can't wait to get you guys some barbecue on a tray.
Yeah, barbecue, coffee shop. We'll put all the information down below for the coffee shop.
Yep.
Check
Right
out
on.
the page, Fight Night Chicago podcast for information, more information about the coffee shop, and more information about us as well too, and more breaking news and everything as well. Got anything to say, Marco?
You said it all, man. Thank you for having us. It was great to meet you. It was great to meet your partner. I'm excited to try that coffee shop. Shit, right there. I'm excited to try the coffee. And then once you get that liquor license, get some
Yeah.
espresso martinis in or something, you know?
Yeah, we gonna get it going.
Possibly, we'll see what the community over there wants. You know, they might want to change from the coffee shop to the evening lounge. So probably go in that route.
Yeah. Well, I see it now. I see an episode of Fight Night Chicago podcast at your coffee shop.
Yep.
We'd love to, if you guys have a grand opening, we'd love to be a part of it as well.
for
Whatever
sure.
you guys,
For
whatever
sure.
you guys need. You guys are very welcoming to us. We want to return the favor.
Yeah,
you know,
of course. We definitely
any
will
way
do
we
everything
can.
we can. Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you guys.
Of
Thank you
course.
very much.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again, Ali, for the support. Have a good night, guys. Peace.
Take care.
Thank you.
Storm.